This is the Predator Mutator 20 Plus, which brings back the real Predator vibes by giving you the rubber elements that everyone associates with a proper Predator.
And today we'll take a closer look at the tech behind the new Predator Mutator 20 to hopefully help you understand why this is both outrageous and also pretty awesome at the same time. And who knows, maybe also give you the last push if you're still undecided about whether you should get the Mutator 20 Plus or the 20.1. Now, I don't think it's a big secret that when Adidas brought back the Predator to take over from the Ace, the 18 Plus here kinda split opinion, because clearly some people expected it to have rubber elements like Predators have always had. But after giving us this and then updating it to the Predator 19 Plus, which was essentially the same boot, it seems Adidas have now listened and brought back, well, a whole lot of the rubber elements, 406 of them to be exact. But they also wanted to give the Predator Mutator here a more aggressive look and turn it into something that people have never seen before, as kinda is the DNA of the Predator. And equally important, they wanted to give you physically more grip than you've ever had on a boot before. But how did they go about that then? Well, Adidas decided to take a look back at the rubber fins from the Predator, the OG Predator from 1994. But on the new Mutator here, they decided to make the fins smaller. They increased the number of them quite drastically, I would say, and then they also made sure that the fins now move a lot better with the boot. Not only to make sure that it's not as chunky, fortunately, as back in 1994, but also to give you grip no matter where you touch the ball with your foot in the Mutator 20 Plus. Now, as I mentioned, there are 406 little spikes. They're 3 millimeters in height, and Adidas actually found out that they give you significantly more grip when they tested these in a lab compared to some of the other grippiest Predators that we've seen through time. I gotta be honest with you though, the first thing that I thought when I saw these was that some of these little fins are gonna fall off relatively quickly. But to Adidas's credit, they found a new way of manufacturing the boot to make sure that they actually, well, they stick to the upper quite a lot longer. They tested it, of course, like there's no tomorrow. And to be fair, when I've tried them out, they seem relatively sturdy. And between me and you, the grip in these, it's so unreal and so unlike anything else I've ever tried that it actually took me a little while to get used to it, because, as you can tell, it's wild. Underneath the rubber, Adidas used the learnings from the Predator 18 and 19 Plus, meaning that they're still rocking up with a full Primeknit upper package here. But unlike on the Predator 19 Plus, they didn't engineer this 3D pattern into the boot, because now they have the rubber elements to take care of the grip. But more importantly, they also removed most, at least, of the foam package from the inside of the boot, because they simply wanted to give you a no-nonsense knit upper package where it's just a knit and then a soft inner lining to make sure that the boot still feels nice and, well, lovely and comfortable on your foot. But this lack of foam on the Predator Mutator 20 Plus also means that it does feel a little less plush and grandad slipper-like, but you simply get a bit more room and volume inside of the boot. So where I would normally suggest that in the Predator 18 and 19 Plus you would go up half a size, I would actually say that you don't have to do that anymore for the Mutator 20 Plus. Instead, I would actually go true to size for this bad boy. Adidas also made a new weave structure to the, should we call it the tongue piece, where it's been made a little bit tighter to basically give a tighter hold on your foot when it's in there, to improve the lockdown a little bit compared to the previous models of the Predator. And then of course there is the sock collar, which is, it's high and it's wild, and it was actually also kind of the point from Adidas, because their vision for the Predator in general is to give you grip with a sock-like execution. So with the Mutator 20 Plus, they simply wanted to make the boot feel more like a part of your foot. Now, it still utilizes this S-shaped curve that we saw on the Predator 18 and 19 that's supposed to also give you good heel lockdown by applying pressure on the top part of your heel. And while I do think the height is a little bit unnecessary, to be fair, I also think it gives you a very nice and tight compressed sensation that is pretty sock-like, and also was never really that much in the way. But it's just so high. Looking at the tooling, or the outsole if you will, it's new, but it's still called Controlframe. But the idea here is to give you the standard stiff under the midfoot for comfort and stability, and then with a more flexible forefoot to make your rotational movements and changes of direction more smooth and elegant and problem-free. Now, of course, there are also visual cues to the Predator Mania as the first boot to actually utilize a split outsole, and then of course a cheeky nod back in time to the shape of the heel counter seen on the Predator Absolute. One of the coolest things, that they don't do much to be honest, but they're these little laser-shaped fins that sit all over the outsole, and again, they look really cool, but they're probably not gonna do much in terms of outsole trick action. Now finally, let's not ignore my little friend over here, because just like every year, Adidas have of course also made a Predator Mutator 20.1. Because whereas the 20 Plus will set you back 280 euros, this costs only 220 euros. Of course, there are a couple of differences. As you can see here, the color is significantly lower, and you do also get laces, so if you're into lockdown, that is a pretty big bonus. Of course, Controlframe outsole is the same, but apart from that, the body on the 20.1 isn't Primeknit anymore, only the color is. Instead, it's a woven textile that, to be fair, is still very soft and pretty much as comfortable as the Primeknit upper on the 20 Plus. You don't really tell a difference when it's on your foot. But the biggest change is the shape and the amount of the fins here, because instead of having this really sharp, pointy scale-like shape on the 20 Plus, it's more like a diamond shape on the 20.1. And also the amount of fins have been cut down to 258. But don't worry, because you still have fins in the most important areas. They're just not all over the boot. And actually, I think the fins on the 20.1 are a bit more balanced in their grip compared to the mega grip you get in the 20 Plus. So there you have it, my friends, the Predator Mutator 20, 20 Plus and 20.1. But which of the two is the one for you? And what do you actually think about them? Let me know, as always, in the comment section right down below what you think, and if you have any questions. Now, of course, also don't forget that you can be among the first to rock these bad boys if you go and cop them right now from the link to unisportstore.com right over there. Of course, before you leave the channel to go buy your new boots, don't forget to hit the subscribe button with the bell notifications on to see all the latest videos the second they drop. And then maybe come back here and learn some new wicked football skills while you wait for your new Predators to arrive. And with that said, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.